In celebration of Valentine's Day, not only am I wearing my lovely Valentine's Day sweater, I also want to bring you a snippet from the past, an interview that I did previously with my leadership student, Sarah Bilal, where we break down the 5 love languages for our interpersonal relationships, also known as the 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace. Because, hey, guess what? These love languages apply whether we're at home or at work, and they have the possibility to make strong, meaningful impact if you apply them. So I'll post links in the description to where you can take the quizzes and also to the full interview with Sarah for you to check that out. So wishing you all lots of love. By the way, I'm originally from Costa Rica. It is not just about romantic love there on Valentine's Day. In fact, it's called Happy Love and Friendship Day. So make sure that whether you're in a romantic relationship or not, you're celebrating all of the people that you love. And if you are in a romantic partnership, good for you. Enjoy that too. So happy Love and Friendship Day to all of you. What made you decide to want to talk about appreciation?
That's like one of the main things that stuck with me, the leadership course, like the love languages. I don't know why I was so blown away. It sounds so simple now, but I just always used to get frustrated with my friends, my peers, even my parents, like anyone, just because I thought that I was never appreciated in the way that I wanted. And then that simple quiz or that simple book that we read just explained it all perfectly for me. And I was like, wow, I was frustrated for no reason. I made all of my friends take the quizzes after I graduated, and I told everyone about it, and they also agreed with me.
Feeling appreciated is such an important need that every person has. The fascinating thing, Sarah, is that appreciation means different things to different people. And in our leadership class, we talked about the 5 love languages. Also, the authors have written a book called The 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace. So it's the same 5 love languages, just one book is more in context for intimate and personal relationships, and the other
Mhm.
is about workplace relationship. And I asked you guys as all my classes to take the quiz. Just takes a few minutes to do it online. I'll even post a link to it in the show notes and so that other people can access it. And like you said, it seems so simple, but it really does make a difference. So tell us, do you remember the 5 love languages?
Yeah, I think it was quality time, acts of service, words of appreciation, physical touch, and gift giving.
Yes. Yep, those are the 5. And what the most common one is words of affirmation, where
Mhm.
we need to hear, thank you. You did an excellent job on that project. The second one, quality time. It's not just about your body is there with another person.
Mhm.
It's about not being distracted, not being on your phone, having conversation, like fully in communication, present with somebody else. The acts of service. Number 3 is doing something for another person to help relieve the burden. Whatever their workload is. Say a coworker has a big project coming up. If you were to say to them, "Hey, I have an extra 30 minutes tonight. Can I help you with something? Let me know what I can
Mhm.
do." Being able to help someone. The fourth is gifts, which is a small gift. It's not about the money or the value of the money, but rather that you actually think about someone and able to purchase and give them something. And then the fifth one is physical touch, which this is the only one where there's a little bit of a distinction between the personal love languages and the languages of appreciation in the workplace because it's obviously very different. Physical touch is very important to me too in my relationships, but in the workplace, of course, we have healthy boundaries and we do appropriate things. But generally in the workplace, the main ones are those first 4 that we talked about. But do you remember what's your primary love language?
Mine was acts of service and quality time. They were tied for each other,
Mm,
which makes a lot of sense.
that made a lot of sense to you. So tell us a little bit more because you shared how you felt frustrated and didn't feel
Yeah.
appreciated before. And these love languages, languages of appreciation, help put it into context for you. So tell us a little bit about the process.
In all of my relationships, even if it's just work relationships or like just friends or whoever I'm seeing. But I just always used to get really frustrated when people would cancel plans with no warning or coming late to things because I'm a very punctual person. So I will always be there on the dot because I value my own time and I value other people's times. Yeah. Um, But it just made sense when I took the quiz and it came up as, oh, quality time or acts of service. I'm like, oh, that's why I get so mad when people don't value my time as well. And acts of service, I'm always offering help to other people. And whenever someone offers me help, I'm blown away. I'm like, wow, you want to help me out with like my chores or just editing my essay or whatever it is. It just means a lot to me.
Yeah, Sarah, I feel like I relate a lot to what you're saying. Me personally, I'm a weird scenario because there's one that's the lowest score, but then I have very equal scores in 4.
Oh,
So
wow.
some people might be like, "Oh, wow, that's great. Show you any sign of love is real." Actually, I think you need to show me all of them. So there might be some people out there who are fairly evenly distributed and like need all of the love languages. Like for me, the one on the very bottom is gifts.
Mhm,
And not because I don't love gifts. I do. I enjoy them very much. The issue is any reasonable human being would agree that all 5 of these languages are loving things.
mhm,
The problem is we have a primary and secondary one that if we don't get those, we don't feel appreciated or loved, even if we get the other one. So in my case, gifts is the lowest one. So if
mhm.
I don't get quality time and words of affirmation, getting a gift doesn't replace that. But knowing helps us to understand, just like it helped you to understand.
Yeah.
That's why I get so upset when I don't get these things. And even in relationships, I know so many couples where one's primary is the other's lowest and vice versa. So
That must be tricky.
that can be tricky, but the key is, okay, I know my partner, my coworker. I know this person needs words of affirmation. People can say thank you to me all they want. That's not going to fill me up, right? If a person doesn't speak words of affirmation, they'll think those words are nice words, of course, but that's not what fills them up. If they're a
Mhm.
person whose acts of service is first, like if you do something for them, that's going to show your appreciation for them, even if that doesn't come naturally to you. So it's that same concept, and I'm really glad that you found it helpful.